They were the family everyone envied. Successful, beautiful, tight-knit. But behind the warm smiles and Sunday barbecues was a truth no one saw coming. Until one night, everything shattered. The Nelsons of Oak Hollow. Oak Hollow was the kind of suburban utopia you'd see in a Hallmark commercial. Wide porches, tall oaks, neighbors who knew each other by name. And at the heart of it all were the Nelsons. Darius Nelson, 45, was the respected principal of Oak Hollow High, known for his deep voice, commanding presence, and a laugh that could light up a room. He was also a former college football star who gave motivational talks on weekends. His wife, Patrice Nelson, 43, was elegance personified. A real estate agent with a perfect reputation, beloved in the church, known for her killer negotiation skills and even sharper sense of style. Kendall, 17, a high school senior, honor roll student, varsity basketball captain, college-bound with a full scholarship. Maya, 14, witty, sarcastic, an artistic soul who ran a small online art shop. And Jordan, 9, the bubbly youngest, always seen with a book or a camera, often filming the family's funny moments for his private video journal. Together, they were Oak Hollow's golden family. Black excellence in full display. No arrests, no rumors, no drama. But behind those closed doors, a storm had been building for years. Started small. A missed dinner here, cold shoulder there. Whispers behind bedroom doors that the kids pretended not to hear. Darius had grown distant. He worked later, slept in the guest room more often. Patrice masked it all with her picture-perfect smile. But Maya saw through it. She'd overheard an argument in August. Patrice yelling about a woman named Carmen. Darius denied it, but the damage had begun. Kendall, the peacekeeper, stayed focused on his future. He tuned out the chaos with basketball drills and noise-canceling headphones. Jordan just kept filming, always filming. It was a Friday. Maya had been grounded for sneaking out with friends. Jordan was editing a video of the family's recent trip to Lake Lanier. Patrice had wine, too much wine. And Darius, well, no one really knew where he was. At 9:47 p.m., the 911 call came in. A neighbor reported screaming, glass breaking, and what sounded like a gunshot from the Nelson house. By 10:12 p.m., Oak Hollow police arrived. What they found inside shocked even the most seasoned officers. Patrice Nelson was dead, shot once in the chest. Darius was missing. Kendall was in shock. Maya had blood on her shirt. Jordan's camera was still recording. In the interrogation room, Kendall sat motionless. "It wasn't supposed to be like this," he repeated over and over. Maya refused to talk. She only whispered he lied to all of us. And Jordan, the youngest, was taken into Child Protective Services. He kept asking, "Where's Daddy?" Darius had vanished without a trace. No phone, no credit card use, no sightings. The theory? He snapped, killed Patrice and ran. But it wasn't that simple. Because when police watched Jordan's last recorded video, they saw something that changed everything. Detective Amanda Reyes was the first to review the footage frame by frame. It was grainy, dim, filmed from the bookshelf where Jordan had left his camera. You could hear Patrice yelling, her voice sharp, broken by pain. Then came the gunshot. The screen trembled from the force. But then, just before the video ended, someone else walked into the room. A woman, not Patrice, tall and black, with something shiny in her hand. Her face was turned slightly, obscured by the lighting. But there was something unmistakable about her. She knew exactly where the camera was. And just before the screen went black, she turned and smiled. By Monday, the Nelsons were the top story on every local news channel. Respected principal disappears after wife's murder. Tragedy in Oak Hollow. The family everyone admired. But while the public grieved, the investigation was peeling back layers of the Nelsons' lives. Layers no one expected. Darius hadn't just worked late. He'd been renting a condo 45 minutes away, under the name Daniel Curran. And Patrice? Her financial records showed something darker. She'd emptied a college savings fund 3 weeks prior. Over $40,000 gone. Then came the biggest twist yet. The woman in the video had a name. Her name was Shayla Knox, and she wasn't a stranger. She was Patrice's half-sister, a sister the family never told anyone about. According to court records dug up by reporters, Shayla Knox had done time for fraud and assault. She and Patrice shared a father, but nothing else. They hadn't spoken in over 15 years, until recently. Phone records showed that Patrice had been calling Shayla in secret for over 3 months. Short calls, late nights. No one knew why. Maya had an idea. She asked to speak to Detective Reyes, alone. I heard them arguing, Maya whispered. Mom and Dad. A week before. What were they saying? Reyes asked. She said, she's coming, whether you like it or not. And if you don't handle it, I will. Reyes leaned in. She who? Maya hesitated, then answered, Shayla. She was threatening Dad. Said he owed her. Said she had proof. Proof of what? Maya stared at the floor. That Dad killed someone before. The investigation shifted fast. Darius Nelson, beloved school principal, was now suspected not only of killing his wife, but of a murder no one even knew about. Detectives found the storage unit within 2 days. It was rented under Darius's alias, Daniel Curran. Inside was a single item, a sealed barrel. When hazmat crews opened it, the stench was immediate. Inside, wrapped in plastic, was the decomposed body of a man later identified as Andre Weston, a former teacher who disappeared from Darius's school 5 years earlier. Darius had claimed Andre left the job and moved out of state. No one had questioned it. Until now. The working theory came together quickly and darkly. Darius had killed Andre Weston years ago, possibly over blackmail or a personal conflict, and hid the body. Somehow Shayla Knox found out. Maybe Andre was her friend. Maybe she was connected. She wanted a cut of the Nelsons' perfect life. Patrice tried to negotiate, maybe even paid her off with the savings fund. But when things escalated, someone snapped. Only question was, who pulled the trigger? Because Jordan's footage, while damning, didn't show the actual shot, captured the chaos, the shouting, the aftermath. But not the killer. Then came the break no one expected. Jordan's room had a second camera, his old tablet used for wide-angle shots of his vlog studio. The night of the murder, he left it charging, pointed right at the hallway. Detectives recovered the footage. What it revealed sent shockwaves through the station. The video was timestamped. 9:42 p.m. Kendall walked into the house through the side entrance, holding what appeared to be a black Glock. His hoodie was pulled up, his eyes focused, cold. At 9:47 p.m., the gunshot echoed through the house. At 9:49 p.m., the same camera showed Kendall exiting the home. No expression, no panic, just silence. Detectives immediately re-interviewed him. Detective Reyes sat across from Kendall, her tone flat. You said you were at your friend Travis's house. Kendall nodded. We were playing 2K. He'll tell you. Reyes slid the tablet across the table. Pressed play. Kendall's face stiffened as the footage rolled. Then a slow exhale. I didn't kill her, he said quietly. Then what were you doing with a gun? I was trying to protect my family. Reyes leaned in. From who? He looked up, eyes glistening. From my father. Kendall's story was like something out of a crime novel. He'd discovered the truth weeks earlier. His father wasn't just cheating. He was involved in something dangerous. He'd found burner phones, hidden folders, one labeled Weston. Inside photos, emails, a single typed letter. I'm sorry. It was him or me. Then came the surveillance photos. Of Shayla. Of Patrice. I knew something was going to happen, Kendall said. I just didn't know what. The gun? Taken from a friend in secret. I came to scare him. To stop whatever he was planning. But by the time I got there, he swallowed hard. My mom was already bleeding. Ballistics were rushed. The bullet removed from Patrice's chest matched a Glock. .45 caliber. But here's where things got strange. Fingerprints on the weapon didn't belong to Kendall, or Darius, or even Shayla. They belonged to Maya, 14-year-old Maya. When detectives brought Maya back in, She was calm. Almost too calm. "We found your prints on the weapon," Reyes said. "You want to explain that?" Maya just looked up. "I'm the one who picked it up. After what? After she dropped it." She? Shayla. Piece by piece, the full night came into view. 9:30 p.m. Patrice and Shayla argue in the living room. Shayla threatens to expose Darius's past. Patrice tells her to leave. 9:37 p.m. Darius arrives. A heated confrontation begins. Shayla pulls a gun. 9:42 p.m. Kendall enters. Sees the fight, tries to intervene. 9:47 p.m. Patrice lunges at Shayla. A struggle ensues. The gun goes off. Patrice is hit. 9:48 p.m. Shayla drops the gun and runs. Maya picks it up, panicking. 9:49 p.m. Kendall tells Jordan to stop filming. Tells Maya to go to her room. He wipes the gun, exits through the side door to fake an alibi. Shayla disappeared that night. And Darius? He didn't run. He was taken. It was Maya who revealed it. Dad didn't leave. Someone dragged him out. Jordan's camera, rewound frame by frame, showed a blurred silhouette outside, through the living room window. A dark SUV. A figure with gloves. Darius struggling. Abduction. Not escape. What began as a suspected domestic murder was now officially reclassified as homicide, attempted blackmail, kidnapping, conspiracy, and the family at the center? One child traumatized, one daughter broken, one son forever changed, a mother buried, a father vanished, and a secret sister still on the run. The Nelsons weren't perfect. They were surviving. As autumn leaves fell over Oak Hollow, the town still whispered about the family that once seemed untouchable. But behind every smile, behind every photo on the mantle, behind every door that stays locked at night, there's a truth waiting to be told. They were the perfect family, until one night changed everything. And the story still isn't over.